WHO begins gathering war crimes evidence of Russian attacks on health facilities in Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
The World Health Organization is gathering evidence for a possible war crimes investigation into attacks it says it has documented by Russia on healthcare facilities in Ukraine, it said in Kyiv on Saturday. WHO Emergencies Director Mike Ryan, on an unannounced visit together with WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, told a news conference it was the explicit responsibility of warring parties to avoid attacking health facilities, yet the WHO had already documented 200 attacks on hospitals and clinics in the country. Intentional attacks on healthcare facilities are a breach of international humanitarian law and as such, based on investigation and attribution of the attack, represent war crimes in any situation, Ryan said. Russia has denied previous accusations by Ukraine and Western nations of possible war crimes and has also denied targeting civilians in the war. Kyiv has said there have been around 400 such attacks since Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24. President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Thursday that Russian troops had destroyed or damaged nearly 400 healthcare institutions in Ukraine. My message to all the people of Ukraine is this: WHO stands by you. We continue to call on the Russian Federation to stop this war, Tedros told the same news conference.
This post received a score of 14,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The blown-up hospitals aren't enough?
Russia would claim it was abandoned and being used as a shelter for military men. An investigation will show most of the destroyed equipment will be medical supplies and most of the dead will be in a state of non-combat.
Everyone who blows up hospitals always claims the hospital was mainly soldiers using a few civilians as a human shield, etc. An investigation now could establish that's obviously not true.
And then you'll also get apologists that demand to know something ridiculous like, "That's stupid. What's stopping the other army from declaring every building they house their troops in a hospital?" Or some such bullshit.
Yep, I ran into one the other day blaming the United States for the Russians shooting missiles at apartments buildings because they turned off the GPS lol.
Quite honestly, I'm sure someone's been itching to muck with the signals at the satellite level like we can do, but we can't actually get fine-grained with how that works. Messing up the signals in eastern Ukraine would affect pretty much the entirety of Eastern Europe, including our allies. Plus, given the relative disparity in equipment, it honestly seems like it would hurt Ukraine more than it would hurt the Russians lol. As such, most of the noise in the relevant frequencies is almost certainly Russian electronic warfare.
Russia operates GLONASS, their own navigation system. In peacetime it actually works in synchronicity with GPS, but it's capable of solo operation. Basically anyone who claims that the US cutting Russia off from GPS led to Russia accidentally shelling apartments is a fool.
Interesting. My running watch is currently set to use GPS plus GLONASS. Should I switch to GPS plus Galileo?
And then what?
History will be written. It's important to document these things. Future generations need to know.
It's also worth documenting in case the victims or their families are ever in a position to get justice. E.g., recently some Guatemalan women got justice against those that raped them during the Guatemalan genocide in the 1980s. Knowing that the perps could be brought to justice even 30 or 40 years later, might help act as a deterrent against committing war crimes.
It's so gut-wrenching to see how many examples of genocide and mass rape have happened in history. From that Wagner Group one we are hearing about, and I just read about Burma and it seems there's no end to this list from hell. How the hell are there entire groups of people that engage in this?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.